The girl I knew for the entirety of my life cheated on me with a guy she only knew for a year. I've been seeing people on TikTok post their stories and I thought it would be good to finally tell mine. This is a throwaway account because I don't want to start any more drama by getting caught. But anyways, I've known this girl since I was 7 and we'll call her Haley so that I don't give out her actual name. Haley and me were always close and had a special bond, but just this year things started getting intimate. She made slight moves on me in the beginning that I couldn't tell if they were signals or accidents. Eventually she started trying to impress me or flirt with me. Eventually I caught on and I asked her to be my girlfriend. She said yes. I was truly in love with this girl and saw us having a really good future. We never had any arguments and FaceTimed and hung out a lot. At these football games we would always be next to each other. At one of the games I found out she was friends with my brother's ex who had cheated on him for a terrible looking guy. They got along really well, a little too well, but I didn't think much of it. Later we were at this party and our mutual friend Caden introduced us to this guy named Greg. Greg and Haley talked for some time at the party, but I didn't really care because I trusted her. After that she started treating me different. Day by day it got worse. We started arguing and I would cry because she said some bad things to me and would brush me off a lot. This continues and I thought it all would be fixed if I tried enough. Things would get better and I started walking her home after hangouts a lot, but then things would get worse. She got less intimate with me and I thought I was doing something wrong. Then at a football game we were hanging out, but when she saw me I got a wave and hello, this is important. Then we saw Greg and apparently she hadn't seen him for about 3 weeks. He was greeted with a hug. A hug and all I got was a wave. After she saw him she would stick by his side like how she would with me before she met Greg. Eventually we went back to the bleachers and she sat down next to him, not me. I got to sit in the seat in front of them. I didn't get to sit with my girlfriend. I turned around and he would just be death staring me. I got up to go get some water and just think about what to do. So when I come back I saw them cuddling. I was crushed. The girl I loved cuddled up with another guy. After that I just went away and cried a little. I didn't go back. After the game she found me and asked what was wrong. I said just family trouble. We got in the car and I started driving her home. It was dead silent and awkward. She eventually broke my saying, "Are you okay?" I told her yeah sure. How was the football game? She said, "Babe, it's not like that." I mentioned why did I get a wave and he gets a hug, and why did she flirt with him right in front of me? She wasn't sorry or anything, she was angry. She said she just hadn't seen him in a while and missed him. I told her you missed him so much you had to cuddle with him while I was away. I mentioned she hadn't even come looking for me. Clearly cause she was busy. She snapped back saying we weren't cuddling. This was the first time she had ever yelled at me. She had no excuses and any other ones she made I just debunked real quick. When I dropped her off she slammed my door with a word or anything. I spent the rest of the night crying. My phone got a text message. It was Greg saying hey. I said WTF do you want? He said to talk. I asked why and he responded because you mistreat Haley so much. I asked what? Because I had always treated Haley like my world. What could he mean? We talked for about 2 hours and he explained to me how she said I was yelling at her and putting her down, so for a year she led him on. I didn't blame him anymore and just acknowledged this was her fault. After that we agreed to confront her together. I went somewhere the next day exhausted and told him to do it without me and that I was too emotionally drained to do it. An hour later she texts me apologizing and saying she's been terrible and stupid. Classic cheater stuff. I didn't respond. I didn't know how. I ghosted her for 3 months and shame myself for every day. I think it was cowardly. I texted her hi and told her I was ready to talk. I asked questions like why? Did she love me? Was I enough? She said she just didn't have a thrill with one guy and told me yes to the other 2 questions. But right after she flipped it on me saying I was wrong for ghosting her, and I started feeling depressed again and realized it wasn't going to work out and ghosted again. Eventually she started calling and telling her friends what happened, and I received backlash. This is one of the reasons I live in guilt and regret. I feel like things could have worked out, but I didn't give her a big enough chance. Eventually her birthday came around. October 19th, I have it engraved in my memory. Her friend texted me and told me I was invited and that Haley wanted me to go. I asked my girl best friend if it was a good idea, and she said it was probably a trap to corner me and make me feel guilty. Plus it was my brother's senior night and I would be damned if I missed that. After that night I got sent videos from her friends of her with a guy to make me jealous. I'm not gonna lie, it worked. I was even more crushed. I started thinking with suicidal thoughts and started drinking. And one day my mom found me drunk and I told her everything. She cried, telling me I completed the family and she would break if I left her. I cried to saying sorry over and over. My dad called me and told me he loved me and a bunch of other personal things that I won't say. My brother came to me in person and explained his experience because he went through the same thing. He is younger than me but treated me how I treated him in this situation. With all the drinking and suicidal thoughts came giving up in my academics. This girl ruined me so bad. She kept trying to contact me. My girl best friend became friends with her after everything, so I felt more betrayed, and eventually my girl best friend ghosted me too. I went to a fair and those two made me feel alone while they were there too. I wrote a suicide note while I was there. I thought I was gonna commit, but I stopped myself remembering what my family said. I've started to pick up the pieces of my life and I am doing better in school now and have stopped drinking. I have also started going to the gym and my body looks good. She's been trying to get back in contact but I don't know what to say. She ruined me but a piece of me feels missing without her. I want to text her but am scared too. I give an update if me or her do anything. There will most likely be one. Thank you for reading this. I know it was a lot, so thank you. Comment. She's contacting you because, right now, she doesn't have other options. She's already shown you what she will do when she does find another option. Trust me, she hasn't changed. Some people belong far out of your life because what they demand from you is the worst thing for you. People will know why you gave up drinking, but they'll still try to talk you into going drinking with them just because they don't want to go alone. All that's important is that they have drinks and a wingman. Your hopefully former girl best friend knew the history with your ex, yet she still decided to become besties with her because they're both equally shitty people. They want to hold power and influence over someone and they think you're a prime target. Your family wants the best for you. Any true friend would as well. Anyone who wants what's best for you will not only refuse to help that bitch try to contact you, they'll also tell her to fuck off and leave you alone. Forget dating for a while and find some gym brothers that will keep you engaged in a healthy physical and mental lifestyle. Get someone who will hold you accountable for doing the good things in life and avoiding the bad things such as that bitch of an ex. Everything here. She is literally contacting him cause him rejecting her is giving her a thrill and she has to have him. Once he gives in he'll become uninteresting again. She lied to some other dude about how their relationship went, making him think Op was mistreating her. She probably lied to his friends, giving them some sob story about how she's a victim and Op's friends changed sides cause they're awful and idiotic and young. Good riddance, I say. And she never really apologized or showed remorse for anything. A classic, similar to "you made me hit you" sort of apology. Ick. Op, drop her. She nearly destroyed you. She is not worth it. Block her and everyone who even shows they're on her side. Find solace in your family, they really love you. Absolutely no more contact, period. She's messing with your mental health and emotions. Stop dancing to her tune. Find your self-respect and grey rock her if you have to see her. But don't see her if you can. I guarantee that you don't take up near as much space in her head than she does in yours, rent-free. Next story 2. Kept my cheating a secret for almost 3 years until I confessed. Currently I'm 28, girlfriend is currently 23. I dated this girl for 4 years. I haven't cheated on her for the first year of our relationship. This all started in October 2020. There was someone at my job that I found out she liked me. I tried my best to avoid her. If I see her in an area I go the other way. I told her I have a girlfriend. She wanted my number, I said no. She asked again and I gave her it. My girlfriend and I had a fight recently at that time period. She thinking about breaking up and stuff, she was having her crazy episodes. She said she going to work on it. I didn't believe that. So I decided to talk to this woman at work. I didn't want to cheat on her, so I tried to end it with my girl. She cried and I cried and couldn't. So I decided to ask for a break from her for 2 weeks. These weeks I talked to the woman from work, got to know her. Went to her house, nothing happened, we just talked. Second time I went to her house, I kissed her. The third time we had sex in November 2020. I had sex from November 2020 to May 2021. I was justifying it, saying we gonna break up so it doesn't matter. I felt bad doing it, but I kept doing it. My girlfriend would compliment me and stuff, I usually downplay it. Deep down I felt bad. So in May 2021 I quit cold turkey. Literally had a different woman that used to work at my job that offered me a blowjob. I denied her. Other 2 different women that used to work there give me subtle hints, but I still didn't do nothing. For over 2 years I haven't had sex or did sexually things with anyone but my girlfriend. I thought this could clear my conscience, but it didn't. I always pushed my girlfriend away. Didn't want to hang out with her friends or do things she wants to do because I felt like a shitty boyfriend. I wanted to tell her, but I was afraid of her crying and thinking she might take her own life. The guilt could never go away. I try to suppress it and it comes right back. Recently she has been hanging out with a guy at work. I thought she was cheating on me with him. I was wrong, she wasn't. I told her, why didn't you? She said she would never want to hurt me. It destroyed me and I confessed that I've been hiding the secret for years. She beat me, yelled at me and cried. Why would you do this to me? I love you. This haunts me for a week now. She called me at work crying one time and calling another time saying if she kills herself it's not my fault. I became very scared. I'm very depressed and I'm very suicidal. It hurts, I hate it. I learned my lesson the hard way. I know I'm a piece of shit. Do I deserve a second chance? She gave signals about wanting to try and see if we could work, but she needs time, she told me. She told me to not half-ass trying to win her back and drop communication with the woman at work. She also told me she loves me and I need to be around when she needs to cry and yell. The day after I told the truth, she hugged and said I love you when she left. Do I continue to text her good morning, good night? She really liked it that when we was together. She ignored those texts now. Do I try to text her if she want to go on a date like every week? I will know where to say. Also tomorrow I'm taking her to get piercings that I had planned last month, it was for our anniversary. She been asking for this for a while, just been forgetting, and they was renovating. She is the one that asked me if I'm still taking her days after I told the truth. Any advice please? Comnet. I think whether or not you get a second chance is up to your girlfriend. She's the one who was betrayed. The important thing is that you appear to have learned your lesson. You did a really, really crappy thing. Remember how bad you're feeling now and remember how much worse your girlfriend is doing. People say once a cheater always a cheater. Prove them wrong. Prove that you can change. Then regardless of whether or not this relationship lasts, never forget this so that you never do this again. Thanks for the advice. Oh yeah, definitely man, doesn't matter how tempted I am if I'm in a relationship, the answer is always no. I never want to feel like this again. Feeling sad and like shit isn't fun. Yet it's not fun, but also think about your partner you cheated on and how sad and like shit that makes them feel and how they should never have to feel that way because of your poor actions. Seems like you aren't really worried about your partner and more about making yourself feel better. Obviously I am Mr. Fox. I felt bad before I told her. I felt bad after I told her. I feel bad that I hurt my love of my life. I really wish I wasn't weak and gave into temptations. I know she is going through a lot. We hanged out on the first, she said she had fun, I said I had fun. But clearly we need some time apart, so I'm not texting or calling her for a while, maybe 2 weeks, a month. I don't know. Mr. Fox, she asked me if I was still taking her to get piercings. She went to the mall with me and I bought her stuff. I didn't ask her this, she asked me to meet up there. I am giving her space. I was gonna not text or call her for a while. She literally asked me this morning, you not gonna send no more morning text? She FaceTime me twice this morning and texting me now. She looking like she is trying to give me another chance, but it's hard. I didn't force her to do none of this. Do you understand now, Mr. Fox?